Hey guys, one of the things you notice when you come to Japan is the condition of the cars. It's sort of rare to see an older car. I mean, there is some classic cars floating around, some old ones, but it's pretty rare. Most of the cars are less than about 5 years old. Probably a high percentage of them under 2 years old, actually. The concept of what is an old car here is pretty low. People tell you that their car's really old, and then you find out it's only 4 years old. So they do tend to replace them fairly soon. But the other thing is they tend to keep them in excellent condition. So any damage at all, any dents or scratches or anything, are a bit embarrassing, and they get them fixed pretty much straight away. So very rare to see a car with any damage on it, any scratches or dents or anything like that. They keep them in extremely good condition. So, yeah, they don't maintain them themselves. That's another interesting point. In Australia, I mean, we've got lots of old cars and beaten up cars, and cars are falling apart, and a lot of the guys maintain them themselves, and ladies, I guess, maintain them themselves and do work on them themselves. That's pretty rare here. They don't do a lot of that. They tend to take them into the service places and pay big money. They also have Sharken here, which is like every 2 years the car has to have a whole heap of things done to it and a new sort of certificate. But anyway, with that in mind, just have a look. This is actually an area of pretty expensive big new houses, and have a look at the cars. Carports, sort of, you'll see them, there's one, but they're not real common. The cars are just normally have a little section off the street where they park the car, and occasionally they'll have a carport over the top of it, which is normally just a bit of plastic on a aluminium sheet, which, when you look at these houses, these are actually quite big and quite expensive for Japan. This is a sort of an expensive area, but the cars, even the new expensive ones, just sit out in the open like that. They just don't seem to think about it. They spend a lot of money building a new house and don't spend an extra couple of thousand putting up a carport because they just don't think about it. They just don't do it. So interesting, you know, that I find it sort of interesting that they maintain the cars in excellent condition and are really fussy about keeping the cars good and clean and, you know, undamaged and perfect condition, and yet don't sort of seem to think about giving them a carport. So, I mean, you do see them. There's one, that's a big one there that belongs to a unit block, but the unit block next door has nothing at all, and that's sort of pretty normal. So one little interesting thing that comes of this, because the cars are always outside in the open, they do this with the windscreen wipers. I've just done this to my car just to illustrate it, but this is what they do, and you'll see this all over the place. And in winter, it's to stop the windscreen wipers freezing to the windscreen and makes it easier to clean off the windscreen when they come to drive the car. But they also do it in summer to try and protect that rubber from the heat. So that's a really common sight in Japan, is the windscreen wipers sticking out. So anyway, add this to the Wheels playlist, and more videos coming soon.